Did you not just hear a man pick up on this phone that the producers gave to you? What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl JD here, back with another video, and today we are going to be diving further into 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, their most recent season, but we're specifically in this video going to be talking about Tyray and his non-existent girlfriend Carmela. Yeah. I don't mean to throw shade, but she basically is found out to be non-existent, but we're gonna dive into that. But before we do, I do want to ask that you guys hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. If you're into hair, beauty, fashion, and occasional talks about TV shows like this one, definitely hit that button and join the family. Okay, so let's really just dive into this whole Tyray situation, because it really is giving, I think you might need to really sit down and talk with somebody, levels of delusion at this point. Okay, so in this season, we get introduced to Tyray and Carmela. So Tyray is 33, I believe he lives in California. And Carmela, the non-existent individual, is 27, and she's supposedly from Barbados. So they had been talking via Snapchat for some years, and Tyray had even tried to go over to Barbados to meet with her, and that didn't go according to plan. He did not get to meet her because, again, we find out that she doesn't actually exist, but we're getting to that part. Okay, so basically he continues to talk to her as if nothing happened, but I'm like, if I was him and I just spent a couple hundreds of dollars or even thousands to go over to a foreign country during COVID, okay, right, during COVID, I have to take all these tests, I have to do all these things to come and see you, and you don't show up, you just ghost me. I don't think we're gonna continue this relationship. I will probably ghost you as well. I don't think I'm going to be talking to you anymore. Blocked, okay? Blockiana, like Nikki said. However, he continues to talk to her, and they have been now talking for about 4 years. And he has never been able to FaceTime her, talk to her on video chat, nothing. And he never found this suspicious at all. So it really does not surprise me when the producers decide to finally contact this Carmela person themselves to see if she's actually real, and they find out that Carmela is actually Christian, who is a guy that I believe lives in Barbados. I think, I'm not entirely sure, but either way, yeah, we find out that Carmela does not exist. And Tyray, unfortunately, he takes a long time to process this information. Every time people would try to talk about it with him, he keeps saying that he's still processing. He's still trying to take everything in and take it in strides, and that he's shocked. However, it does not seem like he's actually processing anything. The reason why I say that is because he keeps coming back with more excuses, trying to save face and try and make it seem like Carmela does actually exist, but it's this, and that that's the problem. And everyone's just looking at him sideways. Like, did you not just hear a man pick up on this phone that the producers gave to you? He literally said that he's a he, his name is Christian, and that he was basically finessing you for money, because we find out that he was giving this Christian person money, okay? He made it seem like it wasn't like that much and that it wasn't thousands of dollars, so it's not that bad, but the fact that you were giving him money at all it's still bad, okay? But he basically was finessing Tyray for years, getting money out of him. It might not have been thousands of dollars, but it sure as heck did probably add up after a while to thousands of dollars. So Tyray invites his sister and brother to lunch, and that's when he discloses the fact that he had been talking to someone for quite some time, and that the producers had just told him that this person does not exist. So Tyray's sister, I can't remember her name unfortunately, but Tyray's sister, she keeps meeting up with him, trying to get him to understand that you really should just move on with your life, block this person, and just find somebody else. But of course, Tyray, like I said already, the excuses just kept coming. And he kept trying to say things like, oh, maybe this person does actually exist. Maybe Carmela is actually real and that all of this was just a misunderstanding. And his sister is trying to be so patient. God bless her. But she is trying to be so patient with him and not just like, you know, grab his shoulders or just shake him a little bit. Like just to shake some sense into him, honestly. It's the fact that they literally had a whole voice recording of this person saying out loud to you, admitting to you that they did indeed catfish you. But you're still making excuses saying that this could be a misunderstanding. It's just wild. It's really giving delusional as hell at this point. And it's very frustrating, and everyone that I've seen also do videos about this, they've been getting very frustrated as well with Tyray. And he's such a nice guy, such a sweetheart. You just want him to just snap out of it and move on. But when you've been talking to someone for so long, it is kind of hard for you to just snap out of it, like I said. So I'm still trying to give him some time, but at some point it's like, you're gonna need to move past this at some point. But what gets me is this latest episode that I watched where he's meeting up with his sister at some type of fair or event somewhere outside, right? And they're getting food and all that stuff. And Tyray is basically saying to his sister that he's still processing everything. Which, again, I'm trying to figure out, what is there still to be processed? You already found out that this person is catfishing you. I don't understand why you're dragging this on, right? But moving on, they go to sit down and his sister basically shows him a picture of Carmela on this website. I think it was more than likely for like some type of escorting service or something like that. Either way, it was something sexual, you know, sexual in nature that she was doing as a job online. And we find out that this person who was catfishing Tyray basically just took those pictures from that website and, you know, catfished the hell out of Tyray for years. And Tyray is just looking at it like, okay, so why was she this close to me and didn't call me? So y'all, we find out that this girl Carmela does not exist, number one. Number two, you have been officially catfished. They have the whole recording of the actual person and everything. And number three, you find out where they get the pictures from, and you find out what this person actually does for a living, and you see that their location is pretty close to yours. So you automatically think again, oh, this person is clearly real, and who I was talking to was this person. So I'm looking at her location, and she should have been able to call me. She should have met up with me. That's what you're mad about. You're not angry or mad about the fact that you got catfished. You're angry about the fact that she does sex work, but close to where you live, so she should have come and visited you? Like, I'm not understanding how that's what he gets from what his sister shows him. I'm trying to figure out what's going on upstairs in Tyray's brain. I really am trying to figure out what type of processing he's doing when it comes to this whole situation, because it's clearly not the same processing that us, the audience, are doing while watching all of this go down. Clearly. He gets angry and he kind of walks off. He throws his phone in the bush, right? And I'm like, how is this the part that upsets you and not the fact that you got catfished? He's still not accepting the fact that this person is not real. He's saying things like, oh, more than likely this person who I was talking to, this person Christian, making up all type of stories, talking about how this person Christian could be her. And I'm just like, what is happening? What is happening? And he's basically saying that Christian is the one that's keeping Carmela, the real Carmela, from talking to him. I'm like, you know what? I can't deal with this anymore. I probably could only take one more episode of the level of delusion that Tyray is on, but after this, I don't feel sorry for him. I'm just, I don't think I could officially make myself feel sorry at that point. It's just kind of like you asked for it at this point. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this episode. I just think it's really sad and unfortunate, obviously, everything that's been going down, and the fact that Tyray isn't really taking it well either. It's just like, oh boy. I really hope he doesn't fall into this pit of like really just trying to convince himself that what he experienced for the last 4 years with this non-existent person was actually real. You know what I mean? Like, I just hope he doesn't fall down that rabbit hole a little too deeply. I think he's already in the hole, but I just hope he doesn't continue to fall further into it. But y'all let me know, like I said already, what y'all think about all of this. Also, I really want to do a video about Misha and Nicola because they are just so darn fascinating. The two of them, I just don't think are going to work out, but I'm going to tell you why in that video for sure. But it's just so strange watching them finally interact with each other and meet with each other. I didn't really get to talk about them in that first video that I did about all the other couples, but there's just so many couples in this season that I think they just had to give the first couple of episodes to a few of the other couples first. Then they introduced the other 3 couples in the other episodes after the first couple of episodes that I did that video on. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about Misha and Nicola next, but it's just so fascinating watching them with each other. It's just like, oh boy, I don't see this working out at all, but y'all can try to convince yourselves otherwise. But anyways, y'all, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.